Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel today. If you enjoyed this review, please drop a like and please subscribe down below. I appreciate all the support from everybody. And we have a special box in front of us by the title. It's a very special release. So as you can see across here, it might be a little hard to read the year because of the imprinting. You have some of the Jordan logos, the Union logo, Bephies Beauty Supply, and then 1996 with summer in the background. So this is inspired by obviously the summer of 1996. Some of you probably weren't even born yet. Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG SP. Men's size 12 US, and retail is not posted there, but these were $200 US and they had $25 shipping, so $225. And there is Bephies Beauty Supply right there and the logo. Flipping around to the other longer side, you have the Air Jordan right there and some of the buildings there around where they met, which is Clinton Hill in Brooklyn. And then Union scripted right there with one of the city courts and another side graphic right there. So overall, a really nice detailed presentation and box. And I will show you the paper inside, which has the same building complex and the Air Jordan right there. And this particular pair of Jordans released on, I believe, August 26th. I will make sure that's correct, 2023, for $200 US without the shipping. So before I bring the sneakers up, I want to show you the extra laces you get in this little Move to Zero emission box. Remember, we used to get the little hanging plastic bags with that plastic zip tie, and now we just have this little cardboard little envelope thing, which does pop open. Yellow laces on the inside. And this is what we are looking at today. So a lot of detail here. So this is inspired by a story that is from the co-owner and the owners of Union LA and Bephies Beauty Supply. Chris Gibbs is one of the co-owners. He met Beth Brickett, I believe her name was, Gibbs now, and she's also a co-owner and owner of Bephies Beauty Supply. So you have a collaboration with the husband and wife and the two owners, and then you also have a collaboration with Jordan Brand. So it's a cool little how they met. They met in the summer of 1996. That is the whole inspiration behind this and the story and the theme. And they met in Clinton Hill, Brooklyn. Which, if you're not familiar with the area, the best place I can say for out-of-staters would be Bed-Stuy, because that's where Biggie's from, so maybe you'd recognize that. Clinton Hill is not far at all from there. It's right there. So this is a story behind the owners of Union LA and kind of how they met when they came together. And during that time, it was inspired by a certain district in that area of Brooklyn that had an Afro-Caribbean kind of community. And that's why you have these woven pattern that was actually, I believe, taken from the Nike Foot Escape. But this is really inspired by that Afro-Caribbean kind of community that was in that time during, or in Brooklyn during that time in 1996. And what we have is a wild woven leather going all the way around. I will show that right here. And I believe it's a leather kind of material. No, it's more like a plasticky, but it's not like a twine. It's weird. So you have leather right here, but it is laced through in a way. So it's really interesting the way they did this. I've never had a pair of Nike Foot Escapes in hand, so maybe this is very similar. Some of you might have had that pair before, and this might seem really familiar to you. To me, this is really wild and really different. And you can see the leather going across here. And once again, the tumbled leather, the leather you see across the upper is nice quality. I think they did really well on these. Really strong, different details. And the way it looks is really unique. I think this is a really good hold. They're not doing too high over retail right now. So if you want to buy a pair, I would go ahead. And if you want to hold on to them, I think they'd be a solid investment over time. Nice gray flat swoosh. That's more like a nubuck material. You have a little bit of lining right here that's exposed from that leather in a yellow color, which outlines also on the swoosh. And when you turn it, you can see the yellow a little bit better. And when you turn it other ways, you can't see what you were looking at before. I think that's a cool little effect, a nice little touch. Union LA tag right below the Jordan logo that is stamped right there with the wings. You have this really interesting Caribbean colored teal stitching, almost looks like a Caribbean water blue. Your outsole is like a worn vintage cream color, same with the midsole, but they are slightly different in color, if you could see that. Stitching is supposed to match the midsole, which they did pretty well. And on the back, a little bit more of that stitching. Same kind of pattern going across here. You do have that weave going all the way around. So as you can see, it does not stop. It does not get cut off. It is all the way across the toe box. Due to this kind of weave, I would say water would not be friendly for you because it would probably get inside the shoe and you probably get your feet wet. So I would avoid these in nasty weather. Remember, winter is coming up, so if you're in a snowy state, I'd wear them soon. There's some perforated leather on the toe box, You have that normal Nike nylon exposed foam tongue going up the top, exposed foam right there, and your Nike Air tag in gray and white stitching. You have a soft gray suede going across the top of the ankle area and heel. And inside, it's going to be hard to see. Let me take out the laces, which we kind of did not discuss. I forgot to mention there are 2 pairs of laces laced in the shoe, which is not normal, which is why I missed it. So you have a white pair, which you can see right here, which ends up being inside the shoe tied up. And then you have a gray pair up top. I know it's hard to tell from a distance, and it blends in pretty well, but you can see you have 2 different laces here, plus the yellow one that I put back in that shoe. That was in the beginning of the video. And your insole is a nice green color with the Nike Air in white, and your lining is like that soft gray. And as you can see, both are the same in terms of the coloring, the pattern, and where they did the weave across the shoe and the outlines and stuff like that. You do have the extra laces in the way. You do have the same insole in green with the white writing at the bottom, same outsole. So no real difference in detail change versus one shoe or the other, but because these are so detailed in themselves, I think it's a very solid buy, something to add to the collection, something definitely really unique. I thought these honestly would be going for a lot higher than they are. Like I said, over time they probably will be. So buy a pair when you can. I would do it soon. Other than that, let me know what you think of these. Did you pick up a pair? Maybe you're a female and you're watching this. Did you get the other pair that released that went up to a women's 12? They were kind of like a little bit of a high-rise type Jordan. I don't know. I didn't get a pair of those, but I did end up getting these, obviously. Let me know what you think of this release down below. I'll try to answer back to everybody and get some conversation going in the comments. I thank you all for the support. I hope you stick around. I have more content coming shortly, and I hope everybody has a great day. All right, bye.